Worst cardinals for Pope. No cardinal on that list has responded. Here we go. Political Buzz is your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 topics, 30 seconds on the clock. Playing today, CNN contributor and Democratic strategist Maria Cardona, and CNN contributor and Republican strategist Ana Navarro. Full transparency. I hate that buzzer, so please don't talk longer than 30 seconds. It scares me.
Okay, but I love that sultry voice. Can we go back to that?
I know. That was very intriguing, Don. I love that voice at the beginning. Can you use that throughout?
I will. Anna. Okay. Thank you. Good to see both of you. Up first, the blame game continues over the nation's deficit. Today, the Republican National Committee releasing a new web ad asking Democrats to admit they have a spending problem. Listen.
So it is almost a false argument to say we have a spending problem.
I want to disagree with those who say we have a spending problem.
I am not going to keep cutting the discretionary budget, which, by the way, is not out of control.
Everybody keeps saying we have a spending problem.
Not to be outdone, the Democratic National Committee has launched a website called GOP Sequester, urging Americans to tell the GOP to work with President Obama to reach a deal on those forced spending cuts. So our question is, will media campaigns shift public opinion on who is to blame for forced spending cuts? We'll start with you, Maria.
Well, I think more than what the media campaigns do is actually what the leaders do. So I think that a video where you have cuts trying to make it look like Democrats don't believe in spending cuts, and you have the president talking about needed spending cuts, including programs like Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security, I think takes credibility out of that video.
10 seconds.
When you have sequester, when you have the GOP sequester talking about real stories of people being affected by the sequester cuts, that I think has more credibility.
Boom, done. No, you beat the buzzer. Yay. Go ahead, Anna.
Well, look, you know, just recently we heard former Speaker Pelosi, Minority Leader Pelosi say there is no spending cut problem in Washington. Obviously, she is the only one in America who thinks that. But, you know, I think it is ridiculous that we have this public posturing and that it requires campaigns like this to get these two working. And here's the truth. The American people aren't paying attention. We are bored of the dysfunction in Washington.
5
we are
seconds.
bored of going from crisis to crisis every 3 months. We're not going to do it. We're not paying attention. Get it done. Do your jobs.
Anna, you didn't beat the buzzer. You lose $10,000. It goes to Maria Cardona. Next is the way to deal in Washington through a politician's stomach. The White House and Senate Republicans may be betting on it. CNN has confirmed that tonight a group of Republican senators, including Senators McCain, Graham, Coburn, and Johnson, has invited the White House for dinner, while next week Senate Republicans will host President Obama at their weekly lunch. And that Senate lunch, it's 3 years in the making. That's the last time the president attended. He will also meet with White House Republicans. Okay, we should know that all of these events are coming at the request of President Obama. Our question to both of you, is President Obama feeling the pressure to make a spending cuts deal? Anna.
I think everybody is feeling the pressure. And again, it's because, you know, we've seen that the president's poll numbers have gone down. We've seen that the American public feels that Congress and the government in Washington is right there with, you know, the worst of lawyers and leeches. But also, look, Don, it's amazing that it's taken 4 years for Republicans to be invited to dinner to the White House. It's amazing that it wasn't until 10 days ago that the president picked up the phone to talk on immigration with the people in Washington, with the senators who are dealing with immigration.
All right, you're done.
That it's taken this much for them
You're
to talk.
done. When the buzzers, you got to beat that buzzer, Anna. That means, you know, you're a little long-winded. Go ahead,
You know
Maria.
what, though? I need like a red light, yellow light, green light somewhere here. You know,
or a bong.
Give me a break.
Go ahead. Thank you.
A gong.
Sort of. Go ahead, Maria.
So, yes, I do think that it's taken too long for the president to reach out. But look, Republicans have been the ones who are saying that they don't want to work with this president. So I think it's smart of him to go around the leadership and to focus on members of Congress and GOP senators who might be willing to cut a deal. Is he feeling the pressure? Yes. Republicans are also feeling the pressure. They're the ones who are going to get blamed more so by the public if these sequester cuts are continue to be in place and continue to hurt middle-class voters and working-class Americans.
Ah, look at you. You're like a local news reporter. Get on, get off.
Hey,
Boom.
there you
I
go.
love it. Okay, so finally, drone strikes inside the U.S. only in, quote, extraordinary circumstances. That's according to Attorney General Eric Holder, who, in a letter to Senator Rand Paul, said that while the U.S. has no intention of taking such action, the president could authorize drone strikes, if necessary, to protect the homeland in circumstances of a catastrophic attack, like Pearl Harbor or September 11th. Okay, so here's a question. In defense against a 9/11-style attack justification, is it a justification for drone strikes on U.S. soil? I'll start with you, Anna.
Just ring the bong right now. Just, you know, throw the buzzer in right now. Yes, we should have the ability to use drones. Look, extraordinary circumstances call for extraordinary actions. We've all gotten used to living in this brave new world. It's not something that should be done lightly, but definitely whatever needs to be done to protect national security should be able to be done.
You get a buzzer every time.
Let me tell you, I'm not playing this game.
Go ahead, Maria.
Do I get another 10,000?
Yeah, 10,000 more. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, I'll give it to pay down the deficit. Yes, I think we cannot take anything off the table. In extraordinary circumstances, we have to have the ability to focus on anybody who is going to do us harm wherever they are. What if we had gotten word that Osama bin Laden was in the United States? I think we would need to have the ability to do what we can to protect Americans.
Oh, you got to give it back now. You're not quite even. You're 10,000 ahead. Hey, thank you, Maria. Thank you, Anna. You're both good sports.
Thank you, Don. That was fun.
Thank you, Don.
Hi, I'm Ensure Clear.
Clear, huh?
I'm not juice or fancy water. I've got 9 grams of protein.
That's 3 times more than me.
Ensure Clear. 9 grams protein, 0 fat. In blueberry, pomegranate, and peach.
Everyone has a dream. But sometimes your future can be a bit hard to see. That's why the principal created the Dream Catcher, a new online tool to help imagine the life you want someday in pictures. You can organize, prioritize, and plan. Then, with more than 130 years' experience, we can manage your investments to help make your dream reality. Visit dreamagain.com or ask your advisor. It's time to dream again with the Principal.